Hello guys, welcome back to another movie review. Yes, today we are reviewing Black Adam. Yes guys, this weekend Black Adam is being launched here in the UK, and I actually went to see it on Friday on release night. I actually saw it in Super Screen in Cineworld, which is basically like a bigger screen version than the normal screens. Boy oh boy, I just gotta say, I really enjoyed the movie. Like, there's definitely been a lot of negativity around this film. There's definitely been a lot of negative reviews. Like, Rotten Tomatoes right now says 40% for the critics' reviews, but then 90% for the audience reviews. And I can totally get it. I understand why people would love this movie from an audience point of view, because it is very entertaining. It is full of action. But there is hardly any dialogue, which that is where I guess the critics will come in, because there's not much script there. There's not much, you know, story, I guess, behind the movie. There is, but it's not like, you know, a ton of it. So if you're really into your action, then yes. The film for me very does remind me of the first Wonder Woman movie. Very like different, and doesn't feel like part of the actual like world, like Earth. It's very much set in this particular place. I don't want to say too much spoilery stuff, because I went into it blind, not really knowing much about the movie, and I really enjoyed it. So I kind of want you guys watching it to have that experience that I did. But it just felt like a really good origin story. Like, for a new superhero obviously getting introduced, obviously nowadays we get them, you know, like some of the best characters in Marvel have never had their own solo movie, that being like Scarlet Witch. You know, we've had her like backstory through like flashbacks in like Avengers films or whatever she was in first, you know, and that type of thing. I think I said in my Black Widow review way back when, you know, I want like a nice good origin story. You know, Spider-Man, we know he gets bit by a spider and he turns into Spider-Man and all that. With Black Adam, we very much had that. I felt like we had a really good origin story. We understand his struggles, we understand his pain, we understand everything about his like back story, but then we also then understand him more as a character and a person, and going forward now into probably a team-up movie, like a Justice movie or something, he is gonna have more substance behind his character, and I really appreciate good origin stories. So that's one of the things I really liked about the film. But again, I can understand why people don't like the film, because it is DC, and it did have a lot of Zack Snyder influence in this film. There was a lot of slow-mo in the action scenes, but I think it's a breath of fresh air. We have a lot of superhero movies nowadays, and I feel like it's very nice to actually have something different. You know, The Batman being one of the best films of the year, in my opinion, with a very raw, very good film, you know, made film, cinematography-wise, fantastically, you know, made and written, and everything was great in that movie. And then on the flip side, then we get something like Black Adam, which is very much aimed at the more mass market, you know, obviously a 12 rather than an age 15, so it's gonna get more audience in, and then it's just full of action, and I just think it's a breath of fresh air having something totally different. I really do. I really do. Obviously the movie does star Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, and also Pierce Brosnan's in the movie. Pierce Brosnan was okay in the film. I felt like his character wasn't very good. I'm not gonna lie, I preferred Dwayne Johnson's character. He was really good, you know, playing Black Adam. Yeah, as I say, there's gonna be more to see. There's gonna be more coming out of Black Adam, most definitely. And of course there is a mid-credit scene. There's only one mid-credit scene, so you just gotta watch like the mid-credits, and then you can get into that. It's a really good credit scene. I would definitely recommend you staying on board and watching that. And I really loved the linkage as well with the Suicide Squad movie. There was actually some characters that we saw in the Suicide Squad movie from James Gunn, you know, Amanda Waller being one of them. There was a few people coming back, and I really liked that, the fact that they've, you know, I didn't think that movie was going to be part of it, but it still very much is. So at that point now, rating the movie, what did I give it out of 5 on my Letterboxd account? Well, I actually gave it a 4-star. I did enjoy it. It's not one of my best films of the year. I think it's in the top 20 movies of the year list at the moment. It's not my top 10, but I did enjoy it. It's a breath of fresh air, really, you know, to have something like this. Yeah, it's up there. It's not one of the best DC films for me. It's not as good as like Wonder Woman's my favourite one. I also like Aquaman, I think, prefer that one as well. Joker I prefer. The Suicide Squad movie I preferred. So it's not, you know, it's not up there with the best DC movies that I've seen. Like the Batman, of course, which is in my top 5 movies of the year for this year. But it is very good. I really enjoyed it from an origin story point of view. I can understand why critics won't hate it. The CGI definitely can look a bit computer gamey and all that, and obviously the slow-mo stuff can be, I guess, seen as a gimmick. As a whole, I'm gonna watch it again. So if I'm gonna see it again, then it's a big thumbs up from me. So yeah. So guys, there it is. There's my review of Black Adam. Let me know your thoughts down below. Have you seen the movie? It is obviously the big movie of the fall at the moment. There's definitely going to be more movies coming out at the end of the year. We got Black Panther coming up, etc, etc. So yeah, let me know your thoughts down below. Have you seen Black Adam? I'm really interested to know your thoughts on the movie. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned for more, and of course please do subscribe if you like what you see, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.